The vault tournament continues its evolution, undergoing changes each year. In the pre-Olympic season, the girls competed against the boys, which was repeated a year later. In the 2022 to 2023 season, the competition was given the status of the Russian Jumping Championships and the rules were completely overhauled with the introduction of a team tournament between coaching teams. Professional Dmitry Krustalov and Olympic champion Alina Zagitova became the hosts. This year's jumping tournament has changed again and will last 3 days from January 19th to 21st, qualification Friday, personal Saturday and team Sunday. Details are not yet disclosed. The organizers, FFCCR and Channel 1, are expected to provide detailed rules closer to the start of the competition. The championship has also been moved up a month, taking into account the wishes of last year's participants, so that the tournament does not interfere with preparations for the main Russian championship. Figure skating is changing its popularity. From the confrontation between Alina Zagitova and Evgenia Medvedeva at the first Channel Cup, we are moving to the participation of pairs skaters. The teams are led by Alexander Galyamov and Dmitry Kozlovsky. The confrontation in pairs has become more vivid than in women's singles skating, where friendship and respect reign. The organizers correctly chose the principal rivals, fueling the interest of the audience. It is hard to imagine the tournament without Alexandra Trusova and Anna Skurbakova, but the audience will be delighted by Elizaveta Tuktamasheva and Kamila Valieva. Liza returns to competition after suspending her career, working on her triple axel recovery under the guidance of Alexei Mishin. The boys are also keeping pace, with the exception of Andrei Mozalyov, who has changed coaching staff, and sensation Roman Savicin, who is injured. The best skaters are also represented in pairs, with the exception of Alyona Kostornaya and Georgy Kanitsa, who are not participating in the jumping event at this stage of preparation. Full list of participants, schedule and results can be found on our website figureskating.org at the link in the description. Eteri Tutberidze will host a show on the TV channel Friday. Honored coach of Russia in figure skating starred in the show about weight loss Big Girls. The first episode will be aired on February 9th. Big Girls on the TV channel Friday, premiere from the creators of the social reality show New Patsanki. 13 participants weighing from 100 kilograms will try to change their lives by losing weight. One of the girls' mentors will be Eteri Tutberidze, reported in the press service of the channel. In addition to Tutberidze, the coach of the Russian women's rugby team Kirill Kosherin, nutritionist Dr. Regina and psychologist Aneta Arlova also acted as mentors. The winner will receive 1 million rubles. Eteri Tutberidze talked about combining her work as a coach and filming in the show. I immediately said that I can only shoot at night, during the day I have training. So at 6 p.m. I finished everything at the rink, got in the car and rushed to the shooting. It was important to me that it didn't affect the training process at all. So this schedule suited me, although it was hard at times, I admit. Usually we finished shooting at 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning, and one episode dragged on until morning. I get in the car, and the clock reads 8:07. I drove home on automatic. A couple of times I almost fell asleep at the wheel, said Tutberidze. Eteri Tutberidze told about participation in a reality show about weight loss. I did not make the decision to participate in the project immediately, there was a lot of reflection. The decisive factor was the realization that this project has a chance to help not only the participants, but also the viewers. It will inspire someone, motivate someone to choose the best for themselves and their body. This means that there will be more healthy and happy people in our world, said Tutberidze. Eteri Tutberidze talked about the experience of filming in the show Big Girls. I really wanted it to work out for everyone. But at first it seemed to me that not everyone came there for the result, someone obviously just wanted publicity. For one girl, I confess, by the end of the project, I began to worry more than anyone else. She was so hard-working, so nervous, it was obvious that she needed this victory more than others, said Tutberidze. Ateri Tutberidze told how she became the host of the show about weight loss. Of course, I knew what Friday was, how can you not know them? But when it was offered to me, I was honestly surprised at first and even laughed. I was amused that it was me who was called. It turns out that people perceive me as someone who can motivate to lose weight. I understand, the thing is that I am outwardly strict, and my guys are all thin and trim. And then I thought, if I was the producer of the show, and I needed a new face and a motivator for the characters, I guess you could really think of me. I told Daniil Glacienhaus and Sergei Dudikov about it, and they suddenly began to talk me up and down. Go for it, it's really fun. Daniel took me on a real siege. If you refuse, it will be a real shame. I began to argue with them, where am I, and where is a reality show on an entertainment channel? Microphone, cameras, spotlights, this is not about me at all, I do not like all this. I still feel like someone else would have done a better job. I don't feel comfortable being the center of attention, Tutberidze said. This is not just a tough project where the girls are physically exhausted and through the stress they lose weight. This is a project where we communicate with them in a human way, get into their heads and together look for the reasons for overeating. My task on the project is to help the girls to get out of the state in which they themselves do not like to live. To find the bodies they would like to see in the mirror. In my work with the girls, I tried to convey to them that they should stop blaming others for their problems and start with themselves. We can't influence everything in this life, but as far as our own weight is concerned, it is absolutely in our hands. We are all born with practically the same bodies, and we live in those that we deserve and have earned. Ateri Tutberidze's press service of the TV channel quoted her as saying. Gleb Smolkin congratulated Diana Davis on her birthday. Dashenka, be happy. You are the most beautiful, kind, sweet, responsive. I'm very lucky to have you, both on the ice and in life. Shine even brighter, happy birthday, love you. Vladislav Mikhailov was paired with Polina Pilipenko after Alexandra Shinkarenko left to join Valerie Angelopoulos. Coach Elena Maslenikova on the departure of Alexandra Shinkarenko. Sasha Shinkarenko left for another group without warning anyone. I learned about her transition from the media. After that, Natalia Linishuk called me, for which I am grateful to her, but neither the girl nor her mother told me about it in advance, so it was a shock. But there is a way out of any situation. Shinkarenko left in the middle of the season. As a result, Vlad lost the opportunity to perform at the championship, although they were selected there. Neither Vlad nor our group deserved it. We practiced with the guys, loved them and did everything we could. But Sasha chose her own way, and we came to this option, and I think everything will be fine. Polina Pilipenko is in my group. We didn't have to break up other people's pairs. She skated in a pair with Gleb Chernyshov, but they have a big difference in age. He is about to become a master. We decided that it would be good if Polina was paired with Vlad. She is a beautiful and talented partner. And Gleb will now train for masters with a new partner. She is also from our group. Everyone stayed with us, no one lost anything. The couple is young, beautiful and promising. Ilya Verbuk has promised to work with the new duo. We want to prepare for the Russian Senior Championships in time to stay in the junior national team. Andrei Mozalev commented on the transition. For 12 years I have been training under Kirill Anatolievich Davydenko. And the decision to stop cooperation was very difficult for me. But there came a moment when I realized that without radical changes I would not be able to move on. I left Kirill's group and intend to continue my sporting path in Moscow, in Ateri Tutberidze's group. Thank you, Kirill Anatolievich, Denis Sergeyevich, Igor Alexandrovich, Olga Vladimirovna, for every day of our journey together, for all our victories and defeats, for how much you have invested in me and for what I am now. Thank you, Kirill Anatolievich, Denis Sergeyevich, Igor Alexandrovich, for the tremendous work you have done on the production of each of my programs, for non-standard approaches in choreography, for the unique selection of music. The experience I have gained with you is invaluable and I will keep it and multiply it. Thank you very much to my native academy and personally to the director, Menshikova Tatiana Anatolievna, for care, for responsiveness, for always being ready to listen and solve any problem. I wish everyone success and great achievements. And in my life and you, hopefully very interesting chapter has begun, wrote Mozalyov.